Hey folks, today we are talking about the real stuff. The real stuff. The things I usually talk about on Friday, we're talking about today. So let's get to it. Let's get to it. I'll see you guys back here in a second. Welcome to Get Rich 101. Get Rich 101. Get Rich 101. So, I'm Sekou. I'm your host. I am a survivor. I am a survivor. I am a survivor. I've had 2 strokes, the second of which was the hemorrhagic stroke. If 100 people caught with that stroke today, 83 people would die. Think about that. 83 people. It's 100 people, so that's 83%. 83% would die without leaving the hospital. So I am blessed. I am blessed that I am one of the 17 that left the hospital. One of the 17 that's still going on. One of the 17 that's still building a life. All right. So, ashe. So that's who I am. What I'm doing is this show, Get Rich 101. That's why I created this show, because I had to think about how to deal with money differently. I had to think about money differently. Because when you're just thinking about paying bills, you want to pay Paul back for the money for Chipotle, he let you borrow, little things like that. When it changes from that to I need to figure out how to pay the doctors back for me when I had no insurance, and I had to fight to pay for everything around me. All right, so that's important. All right, so that said, I want to thank the people who involved. Thank New Thought Media Network for allowing me the space to find a space. I like that. I said that. And I want to thank Mama Sekou. That's a new nickname as named by you guys out there. I want to thank V King. I want to thank Reverend Melissa. I want to thank everyone involved. And just a reminder that in terms of advice, I am not a financial advisor. So take what I say and go fire check it with someone real to you, someone preferably a financial advisor, because you should all have one by now. You should all have a financial advisor by now. All right. Okay. So now let's talk about it. We're talking about what happened yesterday. Like I said, I usually save this for Friday, but I just gotta get it off my chest. So I had an appointment with my neurologist yesterday, and there were some things. How can I even phrase this? Well, I'll tell you what I've dealt with. We've dealt with. Fee and I have developed a method by which we will talk about things in advance. Coming up. Like, I don't want to be caught off guard with the doctor and have someone on my side saying things that I haven't heard to the doctor. So we've discussed it. We've worked out a method to do that, so that we talk about things ongoing, right? Even if I don't want to hear it, because I know I've been resistant to what she said in the past, and you know, I've been resistant, right? So even if I'm resistant, let's have the conversation, because I was caught off guard by what was said, and that was challenging. That was challenging, and also, the doctor found something new. Let me say it that. I'm gonna say it that way. She found something new, but she's not sure if what she found is new or not. And that is that's a thing that you don't want. You don't want your doctor saying, "Oh, what's this? What's this? Oh, maybe I missed that from before." I need to know. I didn't know. So I'll tell you this though. I'll tell you this though. It fired me up. It fired me up because I was leaving her office and she made me a list of things. I mean, a list of 7 items. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 7 items that I needed to check off. And one of those things, I got to the front desk and I was still, feeling some kind of way, but they offered me the opportunity to take care of one of those things immediately. And I said, yes, let's take care of one of those things immediately. So I sat down and I waited for the time to do my thing right then. And so it's one of those things where they put an aluminum thing over your head and they put extra some kind of solvent. I've had it before, and I don't think I talked about it before, but I've had it before. And so they put you on there, and then they flash these lights in your eyes. And anyway, this is the thing. It's completely painless, but it's about a 20-minute procedure. So I did that immediately, and then while I sat there thinking about that, I thought, what can I do right now? What can I do right now to get her what she needs? And so I just went on a humble. I just went on a humble to the most recent MRI place I've been to. Now, you guys know that I love that MRI place. I love that MRI place because of everything. It is beautiful. It is sexy. It's like you've fallen into the Matrix or something. It's really nice. And so I went up there and I told them, and I had to have three conversations with them while I was there. And that's not including the conversation that I had to have with the security guard, the conversation that I had to have with this person. Like, I had to have a lot of conversations, right? I had to do it because they don't let you in at the front desk. The security guard is like, what you need? What you need? You're not on the list. What can I do you for? And I'm just walking in, no preamble, just walking in. And so I had to get past her, and get past the next person, and get past the third person, and then he went and brought me one CD, right? So this is an MRI. This is the mental images, right? He brought that for me, and I was like, all right, so is this it? He's like, what do you mean? I was like, is there more? Is there more stuff regarding me that's in the system? He's like, oh, well, let me look, right? And I could have just left. I could have just left with the one CD. And I was like, oh, I got to keep asking. So I got it. I got something. And then I asked, is this all, though? Is this all you got? Let me get some more. And he's like, oh, well, we could do this. And I was like, yeah, do that. Do that. So give me everything. So it turns out that this center was the center for Cornell Wheel, NYU, like a bunch of different, three different, I don't know what to call them, but three different places where I've had strokes. I'm sorry, where I've had a MRI or something of that nature. So they were able to pull three. So that's great for me because I got a stack of things. I got papers. I got CDs. I got four of them. Like I'm loaded for bear, right? And I'm gonna do the same thing today. I'm going to go to another one, and I'm just gonna walk in and make it happen because I made this happen the same day. The same day she's told me she didn't have everything she needed, I got these the same day. So my plan is to go out there and get some more, and then bring her everything before the end of this week, before the beginning of the month. Yeah, what tomorrow, today and tomorrow. That's it. I want to have this stuff back to her. So I want to know. I want to know what there is to know. Now I am affirming the right answer. I'm affirming the right answer. However, I'm also giving her what she asked for, right? What this tells me is, Fee and I agree on this, I need to find a doctor who doesn't take benefits, right? Someone outside the system. Yeah. I mean, I remember a friend of mine told me that she went for a checkup to a doctor that didn't take insurance, and the checkup was 1,000 times better, 1,000 times better than the person she'd been dealing with, right? And I was like, wow. I was at the time I was like, wow, that's interesting. But now I really need that. I really need that to get all the information I need. You know, what's going on with my right hand, my right side of my body. Like, I just need to know. So I am more functional today. Now, I did not wake up functional. I did not. I've not even done my run yet, but I had to get up and I had to settle. And I found this video on YouTube, and it was the perfect video. It was the perfect video. And so it's got me moving in the right direction. But I am going to be further motivated to get these things done, to get whatever things that she needs from whoever it is that she needs it from. I think she wants my MRI and my MRA information. So MRI is, well, you know what the MRI is, and the MRA is the same thing, but it's calculating blood flow, right? So anyway, I got to collect all that stuff and get it back to her. So that said, that's where I am now. And I am clearly focused about getting it done. And so there's something to be said. For having a deadline. Like, something to be said for me of giving myself a deadline. Like, hey, I'm trying to have this done by May 1, right? And something about having a deadline that has charged my steps, energized my steps. So I haven't run today because I'm going to run to my doctor, my physical therapist. But I'm running so that'll make it faster that I get there. And then I'm gonna go to one of these places like I did yesterday and say, hey, I'm here. I need all the things, right? So I just wanted to share that with you. I think where it left me is a place where I've ended up many times before. Where it left me is I need to develop an app. Now, I thought this many times before, but I always pushed away. But no, I need to develop an app because the next person aside from me, that has to go through this needs an app. Need an app that connects these dots. Like, I shouldn't have to go out and go to a place to get MRI stuff. Like, that ought to be handled. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got the MRI because you said I need to go over here to get an MRI. I got the MRI. So whatever process that is, that needs to happen. That needs to happen. And so I need to develop an app, because there are apps that I've become a part of, HealthNet and whatever. I've gotten like 7 or 8 apps, and they're functional, but they need to be bigger. They need to be bigger. So that's my job. I don't see anyone else has created this app. I am going to create this app. I'm going to do it. This is the final push that pushed me to it. So my thing that I'm going to do with my life is I'm going to make this app happen. I'm going to make this app happen. I'm going to do everything else. I keep talking to you guys about money. I'm going to keep talking about everything else. Fees, 5. I forget the first part, but her 5. And I'm still going to talk about those things, but I am going to create an app, and it's going to be slow. I don't know how it's going to be. I never created an app before. I'm just saying it out loud right now for the first time, but I need to, because the contact information. Anyway, there needs to be an app. There needs to be an app that would prevent this from happening. That would prevent this from happening. That would have all the MRI stuff vetted and available. And the worst thing that could happen is that my person comes to a doctor and he says, okay, well, look, I can show you the app. And the app has everything needed. That app has everything needed. You know what I mean? So Ashe. So that's what I got. Now, let me tell you about money. We talked about money a little bit before I go. Let me just check the comments. Check the comments. Yeah, here's Fee King. She's out running. Yes, the fire under and within you has been lit. Who knows what's that like? Something happens that dibs you the wrong way, but lights you up inside and moves you into action. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I took my time getting ready this morning. I took my time, but I got prepared. And speaking of getting prepared, I got still today. And guess what? My biggest return yet. $15. $15. Now, that may not be a lot of money to you, but $15 to me, I was like, yes. My previous day high was $12, but that was $12 not knowing what I was doing. I was just like, I don't know. I just clicked something. This time, I knew exactly what I was doing. I'm doing the Aladdin's touch, and I got $15. What? And I knew exactly what I did. So Ashe. $15. I mean, so think about it this way. For those of you who have a Capital One account, you've got a savings. Say you've got a savings account like I do, right? A Capital One savings account, right? And you got you moved there because you got the stamp for all the extra dividends that they put in there. Dividends is not the correct word, but that's what I'm saying. Interest, all the interest they're collecting. Well, if you look, your account is making about 1 cent, 1 cent per month, 1 cent per month. Now that's what you get. Now that's you'll feel great about it if until you know better. But if you feel great about it, you're like, all right, I got 1 cent. I got 1 cent. But you're getting 1 cent, right? But now look at that. I got $15. That's more than a whole year. More than a whole year of interest from a bank account. More than a whole year in one day. Well, I started this what I call this I'm sorry, I forgot what it's called, but basically I started this program yesterday. So it took me 2 days. 2 days, but I made enough to cover my banking for a year. Because 1 penny per month equals 12 cents. Oh, 12 cents. 12 cents, right? 12 cents. I made $15 in 2 days. $15. Huge. So anyway, what I will say about that is that I'm using what I call it, Aladdin's touch. I am watching it very closely, and I'm doing what I said I'm going to do. And what I need to do now is I need to read Aladdin's touch in the morning. I need to read the steps early in the morning. I need to remind myself of the steps. Right? And then that'll help me. I'm going to keep playing Aladdin's touch. Yeah. And that's an accurate representation, because my touch is very slight because I'm scared. Right? I'm not fearful, but I'm scared. You know what I'm saying? Like I've decided that I'm not going to blow up an account, and thus far I'm going to keep on making money, right? So I'm going to keep my wins very small, inching up, like small, because I'm letting fear guide me in the right way. I'm not getting out there and going hog wild, right? But I'm getting in there and doing my own thing. So my thing is $15. That's a huge win, and that has to do with yesterday. It has to do with yesterday. All right. Okay. Speaking of which, I need to show this. This is the third part of the show. I'm going to show my video. Fee King made me promise to show this, and here we go. We're going to show this book study, Hack Your Pain Now by Sekouwritesdotcom. Starts May 7th. What? Let's go. Check it out.
Good day. I am Rev Melissa, the senior leader at Rockland Centers for Spiritual Living.
Uh-oh. Let's see if it fixes itself. All right, let me try it again.
Good day. I am Rev Melissa, the senior leader at Rockland Centers for Spiritual Living, a New Thought Center in New York. And I am so excited because our next book study is Hack Your Pain Now by Sekouw Rites. And you know what? Sekouw Rites, the author, will be with us on this journey through Hack Your Pain Now. It starts May 7th and continues every Wednesday in May and June at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. just go to rocklandcsl.org for the Zoom link. The cost is just a love offering. 100% goes to the author. Again, pick up your book now. Hack Your Pain Now by Sekou Writes, the author. It is your emergency survival guide and 10 easy commandments. And we will be going through each of those 10 commandments with Sekou Writes. So join us. It's going to be amazing. So get your book now. The book is available in paperback, ebook, and Audible. So I'm excited. I hope you will join us May 7th and every Wednesday in May and June, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Peace and blessings.
Ashe, ashe, ashe. Oh, there's a fire. There's a fire. Okay.
Good day. I am Melissa, the senior leader at Rockland.
So I've got some news for Mom. I made the call. I made the call to KDP. So this, for those of you that are watching, my mom has been trying to get me to print the back of the book. The back of the book, which is very important. Which is very important to the book because it sets you up for what the book is, right? That I just put it out just to put it out. I could not see it enough to find typos. I just was like, push it out. Just push it out. And it took me a longest time to figure out how to push it out, right? It took me a long time to figure out how to do paperback. It took me a long time to figure out, because I just did Kindle first. It took me a long time to figure out how to do paperback. It took me a longer time to figure out how to do an audiobook. So each of these things was a process. Now, here it is. This is a little snippet, a little picture, but it took a long time to figure those out. Anyway, on the back of the paperback, it talks about this. And so what I did was I called them. It took me a while. It took me a while to figure out how to call them, but I was determined not to ask V King. I was like, I'm going to figure it out. I figured out how to do it. I called them, and what they need for me to rewrite the text and re-upload it, and it will go to all three places at the same time. So I'm going to work on that. Sounds easy, but it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time, but I know what I'm doing. So that's what I wanted to tell you. And so I wanted to show you my book cover. Well, not really book cover, but my images. All right. So this is what I was saying. So my mom was like, do you choose the cover? She said this to me. I was like, really? I choose the cover. I was like, all right. So this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that this first photo of me in the hospital is the cover. Why? I know that I'm not like that anymore, but there are lots of people that don't know that I ever had this position. Like, there are people every day that I run into. They're like, "What? What now? You in a hospital?" Like, they don't know. So I think this is the first way to let people know that this is serious. This is serious. So this is the cover, and then the next picture of me in my hoodie, in my jacket, is the back of the book. That's what I'm thinking. So front cover, back cover. So this shows you how much I've been able to change myself. Now, of course, you're not seeing all the. Oh shoot! This 10:15. Oh shoot! My time is up. So I'm gonna leave off the last picture. Last picture, but I want you guys to know that last picture is very heartfelt for me, because that's how I feel. That's how I feel a lot of the time. That's how I feel a lot of the time. I feel like I'm just trying to get out, trying to escape the jaws of that monster, right? And thus far, it's good that I've got something concrete to follow up on in terms of my neurologist, but I'm still going to pursue getting my app. I'm still going to pursue that. I don't know what it's going to take, but I'm going to create an app so that other people like me, other people in situations like mine will find it easier. Ashe. All right. So tomorrow is Reverend Mel, and then as Fiance Files with Feet King. And yeah, and then let's go. Let's start doing our interviews for May. And May is Stroke Awareness Month. So let's go. And get your book. And come to the festivities, to the book signing, the book launch party. All right. Because just because it's happening at Rockland CSL doesn't mean that other people can't come. Other people can come. You can come. You come see. All right. Okay, folks. So I'll see you later. Remember that now is better than perfect. Now is better than perfect. Ashe.